To me, it's the immediate gratification of seeing how music connects to the child or to the patient, and that music can really, it really helps communication. It speeds up the therapeutic process.
Hello, Juliana. It's time for music now. Hello, can you say hello?
My name's Jennifer Miller. I'm a music therapist for Music Suite Music, board certified and master's level therapist. Music therapy is, a music therapist has to do it, a trained board certified music therapist, and using music to address non-musical goals. So let's say a teacher teaches music, a therapist uses music to help people.
That's a heart, right? Can you say heart? Good job, Ryan. Can you say heart? Heart. Good job.
We do music lessons in the realm of musical therapy intervention, but not traditional like you would come to, well, I want to learn how to play the piano or I want to learn how to play the guitar. That's really not what we do. It's not really what a therapist does.
Carillon, I see a regular group of kids. They're about, I'd say, between 2 and 3 years old is the age range, and it's more to do with disabilities, speech, physical disabilities, and I work with a group that addresses the goals that they have in therapy. And so speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. So we work together with the therapist to co-treat.
Ryan, can you say love?
Ryan, I believe, is 2.5 years old. He has some speech deficits, but he is catching up. He was born with a perforated bowel, and that definitely influences development. He was a little bit behind, but he is catching up. We address speech goals. Another thing I address with him is impulse behavior. A lot of times you are working with secondary things like behavior. So. But he's responding well. He's doing a little bit less of that.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. He loves it. He absolutely loves music and to get in and shake and do. He's starting to sing, which is really cool. But it's been a wonderful experience and he loves it. On days that we come for speech and he doesn't have it, I get a little meltdown because he wants to come here.
Juliana, I met a while back when she was very young. She's now also, I believe, 2.5 years old, somewhere around the 2-year-old range. And she, I think she was premature, a premature baby, and she is now caught up. She's no longer receiving therapy there, but she does come back and visit every once in a while.
My sun, shine away. Good job.
And her development is normal at this point.
Happy? Thanks. Giving. Said I'll let her say it.
One of the biggest challenges about being in music therapy is the constant education about what music therapy is and what music therapy is not. Because when you see us in action, it looks a lot, many times, like entertainment. We're playing music there. Sometimes people would say for our clients, for our patients. But actually what we're doing is we're playing music with our patients.
Well, the way I personally understand music therapy is personal involvement by one or sometimes two music-related people working here who focus on one patient typically at a time, although sometimes in a group setting as well. They use music instruction, music interaction to facilitate care of patients, both children as well as adults, who are hospitalized sometimes for extended periods of time for different purposes, to reduce anxiety, to facilitate cooperation with the medical team, to distract, to comfort, to please. I think there's a big spiritual component often enough as well. I think people who are engaged in music therapy, and I've seen that on numerous times, will be far less hyper, far less agitated, more able to focus, more coordinated in their activities, there are certainly situations where music therapy might take the place of a certain medication or other interaction. I could envision music therapy functioning effectively on the level of some medications that would be used to sedate people, to calm them down chemically. I would generally consider that as an adjunct therapy, something that is also good, also helpful, not with the intent to completely replace something else that makes sense, but to help with that.
You could go about it, let's say in rehabilitation, you could use music as a primary means of delivering the therapy, but you need to be working with somebody, you know, who's qualified, a PT. So, yeah, I would say that it is an adjunct therapy, but it is very valuable. I mean, it has its place.
Once you've seen the outcome, then you go, oh my gosh, I got it. I totally get it now. You know, and so that's why I always try to tell people, you know, we're accessible anytime. If you want to come see any of our programs, you know, be happy to take you.
The good thing about this program is the kids can come back at any time. It's a free program. They don't have to pay for it, and whether or not they have been discharged from therapy, they can always come to the group. So it's a free service for them.
We're pretty much a community-driven organization in that the majority of our support comes from the individual donor. We don't really receive huge corporate grants, although we'd like to have that. But to this point, we've received a couple nice grants from a couple companies, but we aren't funded specifically by any major corporation. And all of the money that's raised goes back to the therapists. So as far as administrative positions, none of myself and the rest of my board members, none of us are compensated financially.
Music Sweet Music came to us, and we're so glad they did. They are funding our music therapy program for children with Down syndrome, which is a relief for our budget as a group. Therapies aren't always covered by insurance companies, yet we all know and appreciate and believe in the benefits of music therapy. It's not a therapy that's typically covered by traditional insurance, but so important, and we all know how important it is and how beneficial it is.
As we've grown from just giving away cue cords to now seeing over 1,500 children a year, as we've grown, so has the need. And the fact that we're getting the public attention, we are now kind of a go-to organization for a parent or a guardian that has just found out that, say, their child was diagnosed with some kind of disease or some kind of illness.
If we had more of Julie, could clone her or have a couple other musical therapists. I don't even know right now how often she is here. Not that often. I would love for her or somebody like her to be here full time.
And I think it's really, really important for people to look online, to do the researches, and there's a lot of good research out there about music therapy, music therapists.
The website, musicsweetmusic.org, or the National Music Therapy Association is on the web. It has information about working with different populations, how music therapy's been in the news. And then, you know, Gabby Gifford, with her injury, she worked with a music therapist. I do believe they have a video of that on the website.
I hate to see that what happened to Representative Giffords caused this type of effect, but at least it gets music therapy out there. And it's very fortunate that we were able to, as a profession, be there for her too.
This area is very underserved, and just because we needed to get the word out there and educate people. So it's hard to say, you know, why Tampa? Why do we have this black hole? And I guess it's part of our job to educate people. Yeah.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little